What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 66 of Park to Prem here with Nottingham Forest. Today, it is February. We've played a lot of Football Manager since we were last here. Our winter transfer window has come and gone, and well, you've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title. You might be sat there thinking, Jack, it's April the 1st. What's going on here? I'm going to reveal it all very soon. Gonna keep you hooked, everyone. Is Mbappe signing? Okay, I'm not going to string this out any longer. Yes, he is. How much did I pay? 5.25 million for Kylian Mbappe. He's on £225,000 a week, and I'll be honest, he's not the Kylian Mbappe at the start of a Football Manager save game, but as far as I'm concerned, I think he can still do something for us, at the very least, as a tutor for our players of the future. Yes, Mbappe in Nottingham Forest red. I feel like I may not get another chance to sign Kylian and Mbappe in a Football Manager save game this year, so if I am going to have one opportunity, I'm absolutely going to take that one opportunity. Whether or not he does well for us remains to be seen. I will say now, he's yet to score for us. And in fact, after he signed for us, he twisted his ankle and was out for 3 weeks. Anyway, besides that deal, I've been quite sensible in the transfer market by my own standards. We had a load of the youngsters join that were expected to sign. Of course, we covered the vast majority of these last episode, but Ballo is in the team. As, if we just look here, is Christian Adebayo, who I am extremely excited about. Those two, the best of the bunch in terms of players joining us over January for the future. Two players who are going to be training with the first team, although being available for the reserves for the foreseeable future. And, well, just looking at the outs here, you can see a load of loans going on, as well as one sale. Thomas, the Ecuadorian defensive midfielder, a player who actually had a really serious injury. You can see here he broke his lower leg a little while ago. It was a couple of years ago, in fact, now, but it really kind of stifled his development over the 12 months since he's recovered. He's not impressed me in the end. We've just cashed in, but still, £9.75 million for a player who we signed for £2.5 million. To me, that seems like quite good business, although I'll let you guys be the judge of that. I feel like my judgment of business is somewhat clouded, given the fact I have decided to sign Kylian Mbappe since we were last here. Anyway, today we have actually got a live com double header. We're going to have the EFL Cup Final, but not before we have the first leg of the Champions League knockout stages against FC Porto. My hope in this game against Porto is that we absolutely spank them, and then as a result, I don't feel a pressure to come back for the Porto second leg, and well, we can hopefully just skip forward to the quarterfinals. That's the dream scenario. Whether or not that happens, I suppose, remains to be seen. And well, you may have noticed, since we're last here, I've played a lot of Football Manager, everyone. We left things with a 4-1 win against Arsenal. Since then, a whole host of games, lots of wins. We've progressed in the EFL Cup. We beat Tottenham 4-0 on aggregate. In the FA Cup, we are still going strong as well. And well, in the league, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. We beat Watford 9-0 with Erk and Gonzalez. I was going to say getting hat-tricks, but actually Gonzalez got 5, everyone. Yeah, turns out he's quite good. Unfortunately, straight after that game, we lost 3-2 against Chelsea. 2 defeats in this run of games. This was the first. Connor Smith, he got a hat-trick for them. Of course he got a hat-trick for them. He's been our nemesis for years. The inconsistent forward for Chelsea, the one I'm told not to worry about, who does just always seem to turn up. He got them off to a flyer in the 4th minute. We did reply immediately. De Volder with an incredible effort against his former club from range. Unfortunately, a matter of minutes later, Smith scored. And well, from there, to be honest, we never really looked at the races. Chelsea were largely in control of this game. Connor Smith completed his hat-trick just before the 70th minute. And well, despite a late goal, it really didn't mean a great deal. Chelsea on the night, well worth their win. And I will be honest with you, with this defeat, another defeat, and a few of the draws that we've had, our lead at the top of the table has slowly started to shrink. You can see here, Connor Smith, he's a pretty good player. He's inconsistent. I've tried to buy him before. They asked for 200 million. He's good. He's not 200 million good. So as a result, we're not going to sign him. He's only got 13 goals. Gonzalez has 19. So, yeah, I'm sticking with my boy. Anyway, you can see following on from that result, we beat Southampton and West Ham, a wide variety of goal scorers, which is always nice. We then beat Cardiff, as I already mentioned, in the FA Cup. And then a tough run of games saw us draw against Tottenham 0-0. Then beat Man City 3-0 in a fantastic result that saw Gonzalez get 2 in quick succession before half-time. Unfortunately, the game after that, debatably the easier of this difficult run of games, was against Liverpool. We lost it 2-1. In this game, we scored in the first minute. We scored from the first highlight. You know, the kickoff happened. And I kind of assumed this is just one of those stupid kickoff highlights you get that is a waste of time. But no, Ionu tucked it into the bottom corner. A nice finish for him. Unfortunately, Jose Benitez had other ideas for Liverpool. 2 goals for him inside the space of 5 minutes saw them get the win. And while a Liverpool team that I'm very often mentioning for underperforming, well, I want to say they overperformed here, but to be honest, they were just the better team. It's not like they got lucky with this 2-1 win. We just didn't really turn up. The good news is we bounced back well. We beat Aston Villa 6-1 in the league. A great result here. 6 different goal scorers. No, 5 different goal scorers. Tassos got another couple in this game. He's got a pretty good goal scoring record this year. 21 goals for the kind of backup forward in the team. And, well, you can see the most recent game against Tottenham. It finished 0-0 at the City ground. A draw that, whilst it's not ideal, we do sit 2 points clear at the top of the table with a game in hand. You can see here, everyone else with only 11 games left of the season is looking pretty strong, to be honest. Arsenal, that our closest team, they are only 2 points behind us. It's also worth noting that so far this season, we have dropped more points than the entirety of last season. Yes, if we were to win every game from now to the end of the year, we'd only end up on 98 points. That's a tad disappointing, but I will put that down to the squad management, the rotation that we've been doing. And to be fair, if we look at the stats here, you can see Danny Dyer leading the way for clean sheets. He's played fewer games than Aquino, because of course Danny did miss the first 4 or 5 games of the year through injury. Lagos has 6 player of the matches, 9 assists, Gonzalez 8 goals. It's nice to see a variety of player faces appearing here. Now, one question I've been asked a little bit is, Jack, where's Summers? Now, you might remember Summers. You remember that guy, the Scottish striker who became English, was bigging him up after we signed him from Manchester United. Well, I opted to loan him out in the winter. He's gone to Rangers. He's going to be playing in the Scottish Premiership. So far, he's got 3 goals and 2 assists. He is massively underperforming his XG, which perhaps is a little bit of a concern. But you know what? He's young. He's 18. He's getting a lot of first-team football, and already he is developing from that. I feel like a few years ago in Football Manager, I wasn't a big fan of loans, but I really do feel like loans can make a big difference with players. Players like Summers, players like Twardzik as well, who, of course, we've loaned out to Liverpool. He's developing well on his loan. And another player who I feel like I bigged up once upon a time and then I've kind of forgotten about is Stupers. Can you remember this guy? Signed for 23 million from Ajax. I've not uttered his name in a little while. You can see here he's had a number of different loan spells. He's gone to France, he's gone to Spain, he's now back in England playing in the Championship. Unfortunately for him, he got a few pretty bad injuries. He dislocated his shoulder last year. That really set him back in terms of his development. So far this year, he struggled a little bit at Bournemouth for development, although he's been getting regular minutes. I suppose there are question marks over, was he worth £23 million? To be honest, when I look at him, he's still only 20. He's got a lot of footballing kind of time to develop ahead of him, and he's still a very good player who I feel like we could sell on for a profit at the very least. But anyway, enough about the team, enough about what's been going on. We want to focus on the Champions League knockouts. We are one of the last teams to play in this first knockout round. We're taking on FC Porto away from home. As I said, the dream here, nice comfortable win, set us up nicely for the EFL Cup Final in a matter of days' time. And also use this game, I suppose, as an opportunity to extend a lead above Porto, so much so that I think, we don't need to worry about the second leg, and I can join you a little later on in the season. Now, you can see here, looking at the bench, I could put Mbappe on the bench, and you know what? I'm going to put Mbappe on the bench, everyone. He's yet to score for us. Don't quite feel like he's ready to start. But you know what? The experience he brings, the tutoring potential that he brings in terms of mentoring, it is pretty darn valuable for our young forwards. Players like Adebayo, I feel like, can gain quite a lot from playing underneath Kylian Mbappe. And additionally, if I needed any more justification for this, what you could argue, silly transfer, it's increased our commercial revenue, and the board are absolutely delighted. So it wasn't just a meme signing. It wasn't a signing because I want to have a clickbaity thumbnail with Mbappe. There were reasons both on and off the pitch for it. And that's the story I'm going to stick to, Your Honour. Anyway, I'm not being interrogated. I may interrogate our players if we don't win here. We've got a few players coming back from injury. Sampaio can play 75 minutes. Largo, you're fine. Piana, you're fine. We're all fine. Not well rested necessarily, but fine. Of course, the period of football that we've just got through, kind of the end of December, the start of January, It's the busy time of year in the English football calendar. Lots of games, one after the other. I'm going to use that as a little bit of an excuse, perhaps, for our patchy form as of late in the league. But you know what? We had a big international break not too long ago. The players should be ready and rested here. Worth noting that for Porto, their only real player left is Pedro Neto, who is 33 years old. He actually looks pretty good for 33. Elsewhere in their team, a lot of regions. Actually, I tell it, they've got a goalkeeper as well. Who's their goalkeeper? It's Tchaikovsky, the Polish goalkeeper. I mean, his shot stopping's pretty blooming good, innit? I mean, the physicals could be an issue, but we should. I will hope that we can, keep him on his toes and get a few goals. That has to be the aim here. And, I've already kind of mentioned our team a little bit. A few players coming back from injury, but this is our full strength 11. No injuries to speak of, no suspensions for this game. We are ready and raring to go. Let's hope that we can put in a good performance here as with 5 minutes gone. Gonzalez is through, and Tchaikovsky makes a very good save. The best goalkeeper, perhaps, at one-on-ones in the world, tips that one round the post. That was a golden opportunity for Gonzalez. Ball played forward, but it is going to be cleared away by Porto. And while Pedro Neto is going to attempt to bring it away, the 33-year-old, he's still got a spring in his step. He plays it to Pere. That's awkward, isn't it? Porto 1, Forest 0. This is not how this game was meant to play out, everyone. This was not in the script. Pedro Neto launches the counter-attack. I'll be honest with you, at this point here, I'm thinking this is a silly long highlight. We've already had an opportunity, but no. Crept in there by Pere. Could Danny Dyer have done better? I don't know. I feel like with Danny Dyer, it's a win-win. Because if you guys are underwhelmed by him for, the best goalkeeper you can realistically find in a Football Manager save, then suddenly my argument that goalkeepers are just a bit random in FM and I feel like you can get away with a bad one, it holds true. I will stick to the story. The narrative I'm trying to weave, that goalkeepers, they're all kind of the same. It's not worth spending bigger money. Of course, I do want him to be a success because otherwise I look like an idiot for wasting money. I'll tell you who wasn't a waste of money. Largo. What a finish that is. Lovely build-up play. Erk with the assist. I feel like Erk gets a lot of unnecessary hate. The man has the most assists in our team. He's Mr. Assister. He's got another one for his collection there. Lovely build-up play. Lind to Erk. Laid to Largo. In that spot that we call the Largo zone. It's his area of the pitch, just outside the 6-yard box, just off-centre to the right. He will just find space there and he will tuck them away, albeit with his 10 finishing. Well, we reply almost immediately here against Porto. This has the potential to be a classic at this point. As the ball is lunched forward and Danny Dyer makes a save for the cameras. He's turned around there and talked to the cameraman behind the goal and gone, "Did you get that one for the papers?" Largo, Gonzalez, you've got to finish that. He does finish that. Goal number 30 for the season. Considering we're in February and I have rotated the team around a lot, that is a blooming impressive record for Gonzalez. Danny Dyer, great distribution there to pick out Erk. He takes it past his man, lays it inside to Largo, who plays it forward to Gonzalez. And Largo with a goal and an assist to his name. This is the kind of play I want to see. This is the kind of football we need to be, doing. Been a clinical game from both sides so far, and it could continue here. As we have a highlight with Neto taking it short. Bravo now with the ball at the edge of the box. Pere already has one goal scored. Plays it forward to Eze, who scores it away. I mean, this is one for the neutrals, everyone. This is not the plain sailing first knockout round, first leg I was hoping for. But with 2 away goals, I'm going to remain chipper. What I will say is, question marks over the defending there. Who was it? Piccione. Ricky. Wake up, Ricky. Got to track your man there. 20 minutes gone. Not even 20 minutes gone. It's 2-2, everyone. What is happening? Absolute madness. Anyway, going to encourage the players here. Half an hour gone. They've had 2 shots and they've both gone in. We look like the better team, but we need to do a bit more with all this possession that we're having. I will say, relatively happy that we are dominating the game as we are away from home, but I would like it to show a little more on the score sheet if it could. And I realise in saying that with them on the attack, maybe I'm asking myself to be hurt. As he puts that one wide on that occasion. I'll tell you what, if he scores that, they score 3 goals from 3 shots, and I feel a bit livid. In the end, it's going to be 2-2 at the break. I'm going to get a little shouty. Not too angry. We don't need to get too shouty. Just a bit shouty. We're not going to shouty yet. It's only 2 shouties. Anyway, De Volder, options to his right, plays it to Largo. Sampaio now with it, skips past his man like he's not even there. Can he get the ball in? He can. Largo, his shot's been blocked by Piana. He is going to be livid. His teammate has blocked his shot. Largo looking for a second goal in this game, and he has been failed. And you know what, Piana? I've seen enough. Mbappe, you're coming on. I'm going to move Gonzalez onto the right wing, that position where he never usually performed. Mbappe's going up front. His live commentary debut. He has the quality. He's the kind of player who I do feel like I can bring on in this kind of game, and he'll just offer us something. Sampaio here. Throwing in the wide area. Probably going to be trying to pick out Gonzalez. He does. Gonzalez back to Sampaio. Nice build-up play here. Largo, Sampaio. Options in the middle. Back to Largo. Hits it. Oh my... This keeper's absolutely insane. Drakovski, you're not meant to be this good. Largo, can we have another shot here? The ball has bounced from a corner. That is unacceptable. We need to be meeting that ball before it bounces. Lind has been poor here and a bit tired. Let's bring in Adrian Smith. I say that as a highlight commences. It's going to be with Piotr. I mean, watch Lind score now or get an assist now and me look like a mug. Largo, Gonzalez, now out on the right-hand side. Could play it forward again to Largo here. Does so. Largo. Mbappe was there. It's cleared away. Gonzalez keeps it alive, though. Largo with it again. Whipped in. His shot is blocked. Tackle flies in. I mean, I will be amazed if this game finishes 0-0. I will be amazed. I'm going to go on attacking. I feel like this game is here for the taking if we want it. Erk's looking very tired. Let's bring in Ionu, I think. I'm going to bring Ionu, but I'm going to bring him on for Gonzalez, actually. Ionu's pace is terrifying, and whilst he can't play out on the right, he can definitely play down the middle. Anyway, Sampaio now with it, whips it in. Smith's there, heads it goalwards. Why is Gonzalez still on the pitch? Gonzalez, oh, it's because the sub's not happened yet. It's updated down here, but not over there. Bizarre. We've got a corner. We've not got... nothing's happened. So I'm going to be honest, that is not the one-way result I was hoping for in the first game of today's episode. I feel like we're going to have to come back for a second leg against Porto next time out. Maybe we'll end up bundling it in with a league game. Maybe, if we're lucky, it can be bundled in with a youth intake. Speaking of which, just to give you a little preview, bad. Very poor crop of players. Not happy, me. Not happy one little bit. Anyway, we have got another game to come back for. It's going to be the EFL Cup Final, a competition that I feel like we have a mixed relationship with, shall we say. We win it every other year. If we want to keep that pattern going, we need to win it today. It's going to be a tricky game. It's going to be, if we just have a look here, it's going to be against Chelsea. It's a familiar foe. Let's go and see how we do against them. Hopefully, a few of our big boys can turn up for this final. Let's do this. Okay guys, game number 2 today. There is nothing really to go through because it's only been a matter of days since we took on Porto, but it is a Sunday game, 4 days of rest. I think I can stick with the first 11 if I want to do that. I am just sat wondering if there's any, possible changes to consider. And as much as, I could rotate things a little, I could look to bring in slightly different players. I think I just have to put faith in our best 11 to turn up. I feel like this squad here, when we're playing at our best, objectively, it is just our best team. Portiana, for example, having one of his best seasons ever, even though he's had a little bit of a slowdown as of late. You look at this sea of green here. On his day, he is pretty unplayable. Similar stories for Erk and Gonzalez, Linden, Largo and De Volder. I mean... as much as it's the EFL Cup, I don't want to be like, it's the most minor of the competitions that we play in. The reality is, I'd like to win everything on this screen this year. I would like to win 5 trophies in a season. If we are going to achieve that, it has to start here, doesn't it? It has to start with this EFL Cup Final, the Carabao Cup Final. As I mentioned, we've won it every other year for a while, and whilst Chelsea themselves have been fairly frequent winners of this competition, make no mistake, I want to beat them today, and I'm hoping that we are going to be able to do that today. Just looking at the team, it's the same team, everyone. They just need to perform. We just need to be a little more clinical. I feel like against Porto away from home, we did dominate the game. Quietly confident that if we do the same here, we're going to be fine. Of course, they have got Connor Smith up front. Be afraid. Be very afraid. That man, I have nightmares about him. But yeah, let's do this. Wembley looking as beautiful as ever. An overcast February afternoon here in London. Hopefully we're going to be able to get a good result against a Chelsea team that has Reece James with the captain's armband on. I wonder how old Reece James... He must be in his mid to late 30s. I'm wondering what his physicals look like. Shall we take a peek? I mean, he's Reece James is bloody good in Football Manager 2021. He's still bloody good here. He's got 100 caps for England. Hopefully that's not going to matter, though. Hopefully Erk is going to make him have a bad day at the office. I say all of this. He's bringing the ball forward here. He's a right back, and, well, that is exactly why. The corner isn't going to lead to anything just yet, but, I mean, the highlight goes on. Who was that? Sampaio again. Sampaio, mate, you are letting me down. De Volder, Largo, both playing against their former club. They are going to want to get goals here. And while Poyana inside to Erk. Where are you going, Erk? Plays it to Gonzalez, and Bayo scores it. Gonzalez, should he have scored it? Maybe. Maybe he should have. I feel like Gonzalez gets a lot of flack for his goal scoring, because I feel like a lot. You see the highlights of him missing. I do feel like it's worth just acknowledging his XG for the season is 20. His goals is 28. So for all the one-on-ones that we see him miss, he is a clinical goal scorer. Just got to defend him ahead of time. I know there's someone halfway through writing a comment about him in the comment section. I'll protect you, Gonzalez. Lind, Largo, you score these. He didn't score that one, though. The 10 finishing comes back to haunt him. Our first shot of the game. Actually, no, it was our second shot of the game. But another opportunity wasted. We do have a corner here, though. Erk whips it in, and oh my word. Piccione scores. Erk with the assist. Piccione with his third headed goal of the season. I say that. I think one of his goals has actually been a volley. We will take that, though. Erk dinks it in, and he just leaps like a salmon, hits the post, goes in. There was a comment recently talking about the number of goals we score from corners, and I feel like this year we have been better from corners, but I've not changed anything from last year. Last year in the Premier League, we scored 5 corners. 7 teams scored more corners than us. 2 teams got 7 goals in a season from corners, and whilst we might get close to that this year, I feel like that is a testament to just how good our delivery is with Erk, and the fact that players like Piccione and Piotr are just very good with the ball in the air. Anyway, the ball distributed nicely by Chelsea. They are going to have to compose themselves here. Having conceded first in this game, Nathan Bernardo is looking to make amends, and, well, oh my word, that was a lunging tackle in, and Connor Smith heads over. Let's hope that this is going to be one of Connor Smith's bad days at the office. Let's hope that this is going to be one of his bad days. He's inconsistent. Hopefully he doesn't turn up. Chelsea, trying the long throw into the box. It's going to be headed away, but only as far as Alberg. He now has it. If we could win the ball here, we could spring a counter-attack, because Chelsea a little out of shape, and while they give the ball away to Lind, now with Gonzalez, he has Erk to his left. He may go on his own. Can he finish it? No, he can't. It's a superb tackle by Belfiore there. I was convinced that Gonzalez was going to get the shot away, but the defender recovered well. Chelsea yet to have a shot on target in this game, but a lot of highlights, starting with them having throw-ins in our half. I do not like the look of that. Adam now with it. Alberg, Antoine. Ball given away to Sampaio. Gonzalez now has it. Largo should now play it to Poyana. He is quick. Beautiful ball to Erk, who strikes it, hits the post, but gets the rebound. An element of fortune there, but we will take it. A clinical counter-attacking move. Poyana, I thought he might just run on his own. I thought he had the pace to do it on his own. Maybe in previous years. Slightly younger, slightly more naive, he would have tried to. And on this occasion, a perfectly weighted ball. Erk on his weaker foot. Hits the post, but gets the rebound. Strikes it into the bottom corner. It's 2-0 here. And, well, Erk's having a blooming good game, everyone. He's on a 7.8. And at this point, I feel like I can safely sit here and say, we deserve the 2-0. Throw into Poyana here. Now back to Sampaio. Options in the middle. That is not ideal, though. Nathan Bernardo, not for the first time in this game, looking to bring the ball forward for Chelsea. Huge tackle put in, though. Poyana. Now with Lynn. Nice build-up play here. Composure on the ball. It's what we want to see. The build-up play is nice. Half expecting a big ball forward to Gonzalez here, to be honest. But no, Poyana makes a run, finds some space, gives it to Lind. Now it's with Erk. Knocking the ball around superbly. Erk, little give and go. Hits it goalwards. Good save by the keeper. Do you think Erk maybe could have scored there? Maybe should have gone back across goal, but the build-up play was superb. Unfortunately, the end product not there. But when you look at these XG charts, I think it's quite telling. Our XG of 2.28, we are currently underperforming. I'm far from pleased, but I've got faith in you to improve. You're doing great, mate. Don't look sad. Don't look demotivated. You're beautiful. Navio, throw in here to Erk. Back out to Navio. Lind now at the edge of the box. He hits it. Gonzalez, oh my word. Di Canio-esque. Dare I say the technique he used there. Unfortunately, the shot went over. Erk, though, over this corner. Whipped goalwards. Piccione's there. Headed back out to Erk. Could go to the edge of the box. Could go on his own inside. He does. The tackle flies in, but it goes straight to Largo, who's going to celebrate against his former club. He's not one of these people who doesn't celebrate a goal against his old team. He wheels away in jubilation. And while the initial corner was dealt with really well, this is very fortuitous. I think is probably the best way to describe this. The tackle is superb by Alberg, but Largo just happens to be there. And from 2 yards out, even with 10 finishing, he ain't missing that. But no, really good performance. Where was this team against Porto? I suppose has to be the question. Navio to Lind. Erk breaking forward. Erk has been at the heart of everything we've done today. He pops that into the bottom corner as well. Gonzalez has picked up an injury. Let's bring in Mbappe. Let's take off Poyana and bring in Ionu as well. I've got one more sub if I want to use it, but I feel like I want to hold on to it. The ball here by Navio as well was really nice. Dinked over the top. Erk breaks through, squeezes it in at the near post. Gonzalez sits his arse down and goes, Gaffer, take me off. Blast. Come here, son. Come here. Rest up. You're going to be fine. It's 4-0. It's not even been close. It's been a humiliation. And Connor Smith, I was about to say he's been subbed off. No, he's been demoted out onto the right-hand side. Worth noting, Nikitovic was signed for £220 million. So yikes from me. It's a yikes. I'm giving that on the yikesometer, that is a solid 10.10. Quite how he's going to get them back into the game here with, 2 minutes left when they're 4-0 down? I don't see it myself, but Largo might want more. He might want more against his former club. Can he finish it? Yes, he can. Osvaldo Largo has no mercy. He does not care about sentimentals. 2 goals for him in this game. He's quite good, isn't he? He's quite good. I feel like he is the player that when we've signed in recent years, he really has made a difference to us, Largo. Takes this game by the scruff of his neck. Gets his second goal of the game. A little more flashy than his first. We will take that all day, every day. 5-0. And frankly, we deserve it. Round of applause for the boys. We're wearing our beautiful green suit. And I don't think there's much to say about that game other than that. It was a really, really dominant display. And we were just the better team. Feel free to hoist that trophy aloft, Piotr. For the 3rd time in 5 years, we win the EFL Cup. Now, because of the pattern that's going where we win it every other year, next year we're not going to win it, and I'm fine with that. We'll be reunited with it in another 2 years' time. Lovely result, lovely performance. Largo was great. Erk was really good as well, actually, in that game. Erk ended up on a 9.1. Largo ended up on an 8.5. For all the people who say that Erk doesn't enjoy big games, you can look at that one. Look into his eyes and you can apologise. Gonzalez is going to be out for a few days. You can see here, 1 assist, 2 goals. You were quite good, my friend, there. The Erk show was admired. Look at that. Everyone loves the Erk show. There's a throwback to a previous episode. And even Gareth Southgate was here to look at Sampaio and Navio for us. And Nuno Mendes for them. I mean, I know who I'm taking out of Navio and Mendes to play left back. I'll let you guys be the judge. What a lovely performance that was. We played absolutely tremendously. You can see here, unfortunately for us, Arsenal have closed the gap further. I think they must have drawn in the Premier League this weekend. Yeah, they did. They drew against Villa at home. So with 2 games in hand, we're looking quite comfy at the top of the table. What we're not looking comfy in is, the Champions League, where, frankly, I need to win every one against Porto. I need to win it this year, otherwise I am going to start to panic. We're going to be taking them on at home. That will be coming your way next episode. I may bundle it up with a league game as well, or maybe we'll just do a shorter episode. Maybe I could do a bit of a deep dive into the youth team. We could look at some of the other players who have been out on loan and kind of some of the superstars of tomorrow. If you've got anything you would like to see next episode that I've not covered today, please do let me know it down in the comments. I feel like there's probably some bits like dynamics or team reports or just something we could look at that I don't normally show in episodes. If anything jumps to mind, leave it down in the comments, and yeah, I will weigh that up for next time. But either way, great performance today against Chelsea, slightly less so against Porto, but we are very much in it. Champions League continues tomorrow, and I will see you guys for that. That is everything from me today. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.